Hey, hello everyone. Good morning, if it's morning for you, of course. Uh, Here we are, another end of the competition. You know what I forgot to do right now? I forgot to put on the background music, so I'm going to do that real quick. Hopefully everybody's doing well. I see Davidson, hello. Town Star Build, hello. Ultimate Acid. Okay, there we go. Dini, hello. Hey Dub and everyone. So Town Hall starts in 5 minutes. There will be a Town Hall today since they're doing it every other week now. Whenever they do a Town Hall, I usually stream the last 2 hours of the competition. Whenever they don't, I just stream the last hour of the competition, since that's basically what I used to do anyways. But real quick, here is my build. Didn't make any other changes from what I did on Tuesday. Everything's working as expected. It's doing 71 Starlight market box per hour. It's pretty well balanced. I'm not exactly sure what the bottleneck would be. All I know is that if I wanted to go beyond this, I would need to increase all the production rates. Like you can see Apple Pie and Boom Cane's basically 71. And the honey, whatever that number is divided by 6, I don't even remember. 70 something. Right now I am in 23rd place. Of course, it's a guild competition, so there's not like a top 25 reward or anything. I'm really hoping that our #1 dub guild is at least 2nd place. I mean, I would love for us to be 1st place, but if I'm not mistaken, the Alliance has a team of very competitive players, so I don't expect 1st place. But yeah, 2nd would be very nice. Mary NG, hello. Oaken Shield, hello. How do you guys think you're doing on this guild competition so far? Even though it's about to end in 2 hours. And I also have the town hall already opened up, so whenever they start, I'm going to transition to that. Yeah, there we go. Well, it doesn't have to take up the whole screen, so I'll minimize it in a moment. I did already update the Town Star playbook to include the new chocolate ice cream cone craft, which is going to be the next meta. And it also introduced a new building called the Ice Cream Parlor and another new item called the Ice Cream Cone, which is made in the bakery. So all of that is already here with its meta values. We'll talk about next week's competition probably after the town hall ends. I know some people have been talking about the eggs requirements because that is going to be an issue for people using Throffs, because the ATB or Throff bug, whatever you want to call it, it still exists, which is a problem. It is. I don't know if the team will address it. I'm sure people... Okay, it's already been addressed. Wow, here I am talking about it, guys, and it's already been addressed 1 minute ago. Would you look at that? So let's go to the live coverage right now. I got Discord right here. Yeah, Otan. What's up, Otan, by the way? We are removing eggs from the recipe. There you go. Breaking news, everyone. There will be no egg requirement, which I love that, by the way, because for me personally, that means I don't even need to use Throffs or feed mills or whatever. I have the Nourish Barns, so I don't need to do that. That's for me personally. I know for the no NFT build, I'll still need to have the milk set up, but that's really cool. Glad to see that. Let's go back to this. So bakery, where you at? All right, there will be no eggs required, so I'm going to change that to 0. All right, for this meta. It's not going to be a standard value change. It's just going to be for the live meta. 0 eggs. There you go. It's official because it's on the Town Star playbook. No, I'm just kidding. It's not. All right, Town Hall should be starting up any moment now. So I'm going to pop this open. Where is it? There it is. Okay. Minimize it a bit. Mariana, hello. Good morning. Cliff, hello. Good day, everyone. Yeah, no eggs. Just got announced. Did not know that until I saw Discord. Alright, I'm gonna pause the music.
They say life on the farm is hard but honest work.
Tabuka, hello.
But in Common Ground World, we farm for a greater cause, saving the planet one soil patch at a time. Build an eco-friendly town, leveraging regenerative agriculture and recover valuable soil.
Spartans, hello.
Compete in weekly competitions to earn great prizes. Get rewarded for helping to support our ecosystem and your fellow farmers. Eager to learn more? Well, head on over to Gala Games and start playing now.
Townstar playbook is the law. Yeah, I just write down what they tell us.
Happy Friday!
Happy Friday. Good morning.
Happy Friday.
Good morning, former Michelle Volkron.
Good morning. How are you two?
Good.
Doing well, thank you.
I am getting a little note ready here. I hope everybody's happy. Had a good, for the United States people, 4th of July. It's now 5th of July, obviously. How'd yours go, former Michelle?
It was good. We went to the beach. I got
Martin,
a little bit of sunburn.
hello.
Watched the Air Force do the flyover that they do down the East Coast with all those old planes. That was kind of fun.
Oh,
Did some
cool.
fireworks in the driveway.
That sounds really fun.
Yeah, we did a lot of cooking, a whole lot. In fact, I think the whole day was cooking, so it was really fun. Well, let's see who we got this morning. Before I get into the list of regulars, I wanted to say if you're on YouTube and you're listening and you want to be alerted, or even if you're on Discord, like and subscribe.
The reminder.
Turn on notifications, and I guess I'll do our formal welcome here. Thanks for joining our town hall. We've been doing this for about 2 years. And it's really good. It's a way to share news with everybody, get live updates. And of course, you can fill out questions ahead of time if you don't want to do it live. One person said this morning that they're always driving during our town hall. And in that case, I will provide a link right now in Discord. Fill that out ahead of time if you got some questions. So so for today, we'll be going over the game updates and some Q&A.
Where did I place my trophy?
Players. Some live Q&A, get that in if you didn't get a chance to fill the form out. The meta, and then the sales.
Oh, here it is.
So do we have any headlines you would like to cover, Farmer Michelle?
Yeah, definitely. So let's see. Last week's event was kimchi. Those are out. I have not updated the leaderboard doc yet, but I will try to make sure I get that done today. Somehow I keep just forgetting to do it. So we'll make sure we get it done today.
All right.
If you don't know where that doc is, it's in the FAQs. Let me share a link here in case you want it. Copy link. That's right there. See, the ones from this week should be out.
I'm reading Discord and I think he made a typo.
Days, if not later today. Got the free monthly NFTs we're still doing. This month was cheese storage.
You're not going to get it unless you read Discord.
Also, there's been some pictures of that one shown in the announcements already.
That was
if
too
anyone
funny.
wants to go back and look at those. The one for
Rachel,
July
hello.
will be coffee bean storage. So that's the common, the uncommon, and the rare. The common one you get by
coffee bean storage. They told us,
and making at least one trade per day for a total of 25 trades. The uncommon you get from running your Townstar node if you've got one. You have to run that for at least 6 hours a day.
I'm sorry,
for 10 days.
I was laughing at Edie Lug's comment on Discord.
For playing on 25 separate days, making at least a trade on one of those on each one of those days, with a minimum of 75 trades. And I do have art for the coffee bean storages, if anyone would like to see them.
I'd like to see them.
I feel like people probably would. All right, let's get it in here.
There it is.
And there they are. The coffee bean storage.
However, artists.
Cool.
That's
Free
cool.
storage NFTs.
Well, thank you for that update. That's awesome.
Girl Gamer, hello.
Yeah, and reminder, I'll do the reminder this week. Be careful of scammers, guys. Don't open any suspicious links. You might even want to look online. Hey,
No, that's true.
always
Yeah,
take a beginner's mindset approach to everything, right? And
I need to talk
nobody's
about
too
the
smart
scammers again.
that they can avoid getting scammed. So maybe check out some online resources of how to avoid getting phished.
Oh, I don't know,
All that good
Dini.
stuff.
That was pretty funny.
Always a good idea. There's always new ways to get scammed. Please don't fall prey to that. So
Look at them.
Mm-hmm.
those are so cool.
Wonderful.
So game updates. Let me see here. Yeah, let's go over the new user flow.
So they don't say that,
You
Cliff, but
guys
usually it casts
occasionally,
one shade.
Ask us, what are you doing for
Usually.
new users? How do we, attract people and stuff like that? And of course, there's a lot more to it than just what we're going to talk about today. But first thing we're going to talk about is we're having a cool thing. Maybe Renato could talk about the history of this a bit. But I'm going to share a UA for a very new user. So probably nobody listening right
This
now.
has to do with that TikTok,
I think
which
most of you
I'm
are
sure they'll
recurring
talk
players,
about.
But for very new users, first thing you get on your common ground town
Mm-hmm.
is 100,000 in-game bucks.
In common
And-
ground mode.
Common ground
We
mode.
wanted to make easier the experience.
Which is
for
fine.
loading
It's
of the
completely
user.
fine.
So they get straight into common ground world, teaching them the basics and some 100,000 in-game currency.
This isn't
for
going to
them
teach them how to be
start their
competitive, but
experience,
it's
to make it easier
fine.
to make mistakes. So this is an update coming on really soon for new users.
Yeah, I think that's an awesome idea. Thanks for coming up with that, Renato. Riant. Sorry. I mean, Adoxia. All right. Next up, we're redoing our main menu. I think this is way better looking, and
Oh
for new
yeah,
users,
that looks
it's
awesome.
Oh,
like-
yeah.
it's
That
cool,
actually
right?
looks better.
So
Yeah.
you'll play.
Tapping into play, yeah, right.
Mhm.
It sends you directly to the common ground mode. And events
Well, where's the
are
casual?
Right there.
Where's casual mode?
Yeah, and on the
No more casual?
I'm going to share this. If you already have a town, you're going to see this little new mode will pop up.
Oh, I seen
This
Kenny's
way,
comment
if
on the
you,
actual
for whatever reason, you don't know some of the
on their
tricks
actual
of our
live stream.
user interface. You don't know how to abandon.
I can
a
talk
town
about
or
the Stars and
confuse, or you
Stripes
just want to start
NFT
over,
after
You'll
this.
get this choice if you already have a town there. And
Oh, that's
then
cool.
on our another UI change we've made on our events tab is this one. So when you do click play events, of course I'm only showing one here. This is in our dev branch. That's why there's only one competition running. Right here, you'll see in the top right there's a practice. That's how
Right.
you're going to get to casual mode. from now on.
Okay, I see.
So,
Casual mode is
the
more
events over
hidden
here,
now.
which are the
I don't know how I
competitions,
feel about
which will
that, but at
include
least it
daily
still
challenges.
exists.
And then if you want to get to the casual mode, currently the middle option on the main menu
Is
in the
the
live game,
oh, wait.
you'll just click that practice button.
Does the
and that
casual
will
mode
take you to
reset?
your
Like,
practice
is
town.
there a timer?
So yeah, so there's other things coming, but I think that's a pretty cool update. Nice and visual, easy lift, and I think new players will appreciate that 100,000 starting. Thanks for thinking of that, Riant. All right. Well, next
The
up,
UI
there were some
looks
couple
better,
questions about
at
daily
least.
challenges. I'll cover that a bit. We have been focusing on this new user flow and some of the things that I'm not going to spoil. I'll announce them when they're live. But yeah, we've been focusing on that. There were still some daily challenges.
Oh, is it going to take you
advancements
too long
made.
to fast forward, Martin?
So, for example,
Yikes.
we're going to
Yeah,
distribute
we got
dirt.
2 hours to go.
And just like right now, people running Townstar nodes are in dirt. So we wrote our backend routines to do that, to make the nightly dirt distribution. That's good. Thank you to our super smart backend guys for doing that. And
Shanrad,
of
I
course, each
assume you'll
town
just click new game
is going
if that
to save
happens. If
your
you need to
progress
abandon your
toward the daily
town.
challenge, if it's a daily challenge town. So we did that. And what this means is that if you, like, say it's a daily challenge and you have 20 hours left in the challenge and you met the challenge in, I don't know, 15 minutes, you're such a awesome player, like, oh, hey, I already met it.
Oh, like me.
You could
Nice.
abandon that and start over because we're keeping the progress in the town itself. Now, when you go to actually claim it, that's
Okay.
saved per user record, so don't have to worry about that. So that's been the daily challenge update. And next up, this might interest some of you. We're working on the iPhone version of the game. There were some people with iPhone 15s who could not load the game in the browser.
Yeah, you definitely want people
I have a,
able to play
iPhone
on their
15
phones.
here, a hardware one that Gala
I mean,
provided, and it works fine. Works on my device, but that
I'm
doesn't
sure
mean it
there's
works
some
on
people who
everybody.
would
So
play
we're doing
this
the
game
browser,
just
some
on their
browser fix
phones.
up
So like they
there,
don't have a PC.
and we're working on
Believe
the
it or
native
not, but
port.
yeah,
So
I do
that's going to
believe
be a
that.
proof of concept. But I know some of you have been asking for that for a very long time, and what we're expecting for the native version, of course, it'll won't burn up your GPU and your CPU on your iPhone like the browser version does, and it'll just be an overall better experience. So this will still be straight from Godot to your iPhone. So yeah, there's that progress going on. And let's see, we talked about new user stuff, and then probably the last thing you guys want to know about is a couple of bug fixes. It's a little nerdy, but sometimes, internet tubes being what they are, sometimes servers get disconnected or there's network errors or whatever. We have a queuing retry system where we save your town. Some of you have gotten a little globe, right? There are a couple bugs in that that we wanted to improve,
Right.
so we fixed that. That'll make some saving more reliable in some cases. And then there were the bees from the Epic Beehive. They weren't returning home
That sucks.
when a craft is canceled, and that's been fixed. So those are your game updates. If you have any questions about any bugs, I know there was some talk about, are we removing eggs from the recipe because some units still get stuck?
Yes.
Farmer Michelle answered that in the affirmative, that we are removing the eggs from the recipe. Can you
Smart.
confirm that from the upcoming recipe?
Well, Ron, you already confirmed it, so I think it's too late.
All right. Well, when Farmer Michelle is back,
That was definitely the plan.
Yeah.
Sorry,
all right.
I lost the window. I'm pretty sure that's the plan. I did ask Wild Moopsie this morning, so it should be good to go for today's update.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, no
okay,
eggs.
thanks for that. Let's see.
My bad.
Got some live questions. So yeah, if you have any others about any of the stuff I just covered, feel free to ask in the channel, or if it's
That's a good one,
technical or
Martin.
worried about
Yeah,
exploits
maybe
or
the bees
whatever,
didn't
feel
like
free
the
to
new
DM
home.
me or Farmer Michelle directly, or any other Gala person that you like or trust.
They didn't like the fact that they had to go
Alright.
and
First
put
question
the products in
from
the
our
pantry themselves.
forum Q&A. Farmer Michelle, are there any plans to change the competition start time? So rotating.
People voted on
this
that.
person's in Asia, and
She's cutting off.
We do a survey quarterly. I haven't set out the one for quarter 3 yet, since we're just getting into quarter 3 now, but I will send out a
Look at
quarter 3
that.
survey soon. The quarter 2 surveys, which I will post the results of, everyone still wanted them to start on Tuesday at the same time as they currently start. So we kept the same starting time. If that is ever different, then we will change the starting time. But consistently for a while now, everyone's voted for the same time that it already starts. So it'll probably stay the same, would be my
Okay.
guess.
alrighty. Well, thank you for doing those surveys.
It's because a
Looks
lot
like
of
it's
people already
pretty
have their
consistent,
schedule
right? When
revolved
people
around
want
this
to-
time.
Um,
We would need a
let's see,
bunch of
next
new
question
players
is, can you guys create a new
willing to
game
vote
mode,
for a
basically
new time.
one where you can experiment, maybe stuff
we
is
wanted to
completely
change
free
it.
or it's faster or whatever. Yeah, we've talked about that before. We don't want to do anything like we don't want to have a separate set of data. We don't want to.
Oh yeah, Cliff, I've done that too, by the way. Fast forwarded on my
Think
phone.
about
But now
how
I
about
use
just in
remote
casual mode,
desktop view.
in the practice mode. We just give you a button that gives you $1 million in game whenever you want it, or something like that. It would be a really easy lift for engineering. So yeah, and maybe in the future we might give you something like finish all crafts button, or finish all buildings, or something like that. Let's see, next one's for Farmer Michelle. When will we get the vanilla anything? Oh, vanilla meta. Okay. When? How about that?
I
There's
wasn't
no
really a fan
plans
of
to do
those.
any vanilla metas anytime soon. I think the reason we kind of cut back on doing the vanilla metas is that it ended up being just stack boxes every week, or sushi,
sushi
boats, and
boats.
people were kind of upset that it
Or
wasn't
ice
really
blocks.
vanilla and you couldn't really make whatever you wanted because one craft was always going to be the winner. So that was really what it was. So we stopped doing them, and we're doing the Starlight market boxes instead, which have a variety of crafts in them to try to include more people's own
Which
NFTs and different play
I
styles.
personally
each
think
week.
it's
So
better.
that was
than the
That
standard
was the
vanilla
decision
metas.
we made going forward, was to do those Starlight market boxes instead of vanilla metas.
I know
How
everyone
about
has their own opinion on them. That's
how
completely
about an
fine.
Express Depot that sells 100 units at a time and uses the UFO skin?
Oh, yeah, that'd be cool, I guess.
There's definitely no plans for that currently. It would be cool to have a bigger buy land vehicle NFT that's bigger than the Dragon. I guess the Dragon is the biggest one we have now.
Yeah,
So
no more
25.
sushi
We
boats.
don't have any NFT trade depots that sell bigger than the 25. I don't know if it would work with the UFO skin or not, because that is already out there, and it's marked to just work for the regular depot and the Express Depot. So it probably
Did you hear what
wouldn't,
she said?
back apply to a new
25.
NFT
Depot,
if we
not
sold one.
Dragon.
But that doesn't mean that there won't be a big truck NFT at some point in the future. But I don't think there's any plans for one currently.
Oh man,
Not anytime soon, anyway.
bright yellow dump truck from my childhood. That'd be great. Honka.
Yeah, I agree, Dini.
Excavator.
Starlight
That
market
would be
box is
cool.
better.
Oh man.
Vanilla meta
Next one's
is
for Riyadh.
anything goes
What
meta,
are the
Cliff,
short
if you've
and
done that
long-term
before.
goals of the guild competitions? Is this a direction you'll be going? A team approach rather than individuals? Any high-level notes?
That's a great question. So we want to always to hear your feedback. We want guilds to be the instance for you to gather with your teammates and play together and with coordinated efforts, right? I read some suggestions of doing kind of a guild individual competition, which was kind of weird. I know that maybe the current form of the rewards or
It's the reward
the
structure that people
strategies
don't like.
aren't the best. That's why I really want to listen to you guys, your thoughts. But I really want this to be the chance for you to gather around as a guild and become the best guild ever.
All right. And there's a lot that we haven't shown about, like our wireframes about guilds in the future as well. So, like we keep saying, this is Guilds V1. And we plan on this game going for a very long time. So as we flesh it out, probably see even more awesome features. Let's see. Next one's for engineering. We'll say, what's the reason for the continued delay of the daily earnings, aka the daily challenges? Well, we don't really say earnings; we say daily rewards. But
A good
daily
question.
rewards and the daily challenges. Well, we've been focusing on our new user flow for about 2 weeks now, or exactly 2 weeks. And to be honest, guilds took about 6 weeks longer than we thought it was going to. So, pretty straightforward reasons there. Hope that answers your question.
So they're focused on new user flow.
Let's see.
That's
so
the answer.
A dub member asks about fast forward and the NFT fix that we're implementing. And he said, hey, if I was offline, let's say for 4 hours, and an hour into that, I transferred my NFT away and then transferred it back. Can I at least get fast forward credit for that hour, up to including that hour?
I think I heard somebody ask
no.
this.
We're not going to do partial
no.
Ownership math. We're not going to work with people's NFTs that are not owned during the fast forward period. If it left your inventory while you were offline, then we just mark that whole offline period as you did not own this. It's really the most simple way to
somebody asking that too.
any further,
also,
sneaky behavior from people. I'm kind of having trouble coming up with a legitimate reason you would transfer it away to somebody and then back within that offline period. So, short answer, no.
Within offline, no,
Okay,
that's odd.
Next question. Hey, what about Anything Goes competitions? We'll be doing any more of them soon. Thanks, and great artwork again, as always.
Yeah, our
Do
work
people
is
want
amazing
those
here.
to happen?
About Anything Goes competitions, we don't really have any planned.
I need to make a poll on that too.
Short future, we could
Also, I don't know
consider
whose
one.
notification was that was. That wasn't me.
Guild competitions. We are
That must have been
trying to,
them.
fit those instead of the Everything Goes. But I guess we could do one at some point if that's something you enjoy. Yeah.
Basically,
what's something that you
sushi
think works
boats.
well, or you, Farmer Michelle?
Martin, do
from
you enjoy
Anything
sushi
Goes, like,
boats?
just find the deepest tier crafts that you can and set their stars rewards to all the same, or
That's not
or
really
do you think it's
fair, though.
better to look at like what NFTs are owned by active players and kind of see, tune it that way, or
That's kind of harsh, too.
Well, I
would
mean,
you guys-
usually when we do in Anything Goes, we don't change any of the star values for anything. So everything is just its standard star value.
It's
So
the
that
base
means
game,
that generally the top
Unless it's a
earning
permanent
craft
change.
to make is the highest tier craft, because those are all boosted the higher the tiers get. So any of the high tier crafts are more likely for the average player to place them higher, which would be, stack boxes or something else up there, like, the decorated cake boxes, whatever those ones are. I forget which ones is which, but any of those other boxes are usually the pretty good chances to win. I know when I'm
Gift
doing an Anything Goes
parcels?
event, I usually just make whatever I enjoy making the most, and I take it as a fun week. But I don't care all that much about my ranking, so it may be
That's
different for
why.
someone who's like a super competitive player.
Oh, it very much is different. Yeah.
Makes sense. I don't know why, but I love the wheat route. I love doing wheat and then flour and then making candy canes. I just love it. I know
Wait a
you don't
minute.
use wheat for that. but-
Yeah, I was about to say, that doesn't make
Use
I do
sugar,
like
sense.
right,
making
from the
candy
mills.
canes. They're
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah.
Oh,
And there's
yeah.
that jump,
Make
right?
wheat
Like,
to
all your
make
buildings
flour
are
to make
cheap,
candy
and suddenly
canes.
you're using
Totally.
this 250 or
Yeah, I've been in that
350,000 building. I don't know, that jump, it feels cool. Let's see. There was a question. I gotta zoom in on this. It's from Lonely Island. Noticed another issue where, oh yeah, okay. So what happened was he had an NFT on his board. He transferred. He has like say 5 of the same NFT, right? And he transferred one that he was not using in his town off to a friend.
Right.
And our logic yanked a similar one, from the same set, just different ID, off of the town, which is a bug, right? So those improvements
I see.
are coming with our daily challenges. That's just one of those edge cases where we got to track. It's in Jira. We're working.
That's
on
why
it.
I don't
It's
like
just
trading
tracking the
NFTs
ID that was transferred
during a
versus the ID that's on the
competition.
board.
Because something like that might happen.
Yeah. Thanks for calling it out, though. All right.
Any other live questions out there?
Or if you
There was
do that, make sure
one
you're
from
not
a gym
offline.
member, TPS, saying that your servers are slow. So it sounds like at the end of each event, your game crashes. Okay, not supposed to happen. And then it takes 40 to 120 minutes to load. Okay, well, it's probably not your connection, because during that loading screen, there's very little network traffic happening. It's all CPU on our servers. I did ask you in Discord to DM me your
That's
user ID
strange.
so I could look at what was happening on your towns during those events. So I can help you out with that. Next live question. Any updates about the beacon range?
That's a good question.
We did bring that up with the team, but I don't think anything has been adjusted yet. I think we were looking into how to make it that different, because it's like a different shape the way it was. It wasn't a full 4-tile range, but it wasn't a 3-tile range. So we
How
were
do
trying
you
to figure out if we
undo
could get
a
it back to
bug?
the way it was. But I don't think it's been completed yet. I think it's still in progress.
So they fixed a bug.
Yeah, there was some
How did they
discussion
undo
of
that
adjusting
bug?
it to maybe to 4 or something.
How did they
right?
undo the fix of the
Yeah,
bug?
I'm not sure if any final decisions have been made or where that is in the progress.
Okay. Yeah, sorry, Pearman. We will let you know in our game updates when that's fixed or adjusted.
They need to introduce a bug. That'll
I don't
fix
see any
the
other live updates. Y'all want to move on to
beacon.
the meta?
Yeah, let's talk about the meta.
Alrighty.
So next week we've got
Let's
2
do
new
it.
crafts coming. The meta is going to be the chocolate ice cream cone. So we've got a new building coming also. That building is the ice cream parlor. The build
Right.
cost on that's going to be 700,000. It's going to require 10 energy, 10 lumber, and 5 ice blocks. To build the building, it'll require a dirt road. The ice cream scoopers walk at a speed of 2, which is pretty standard for most of the buildings. It'll cast 1 shade, and the wages will be 700 per minute. So the 2 new crafts this week are the ice cream cone. That recipe is normally 1 sugar, 3 cornstarch, 2 egg, and a milk, but the egg will be removed this week until we get that pesky frozen units at the Tross bug fixed. That's made in the bakery. It will also be made in the NFT bakeries that already exist. And it's stored right in the storehouse. Craft time is 40 seconds.
Yep.
The other new craft is the meta one, the chocolate ice cream cone. That one is going to be made in the new building, the ice cream parlor. It's going to be 1 ice cream cone, 2 ice blocks, 2 salts, a milk, and a chocolate bar. So we're making ice cream the good old-fashioned way with salt.
Makes sense. That's what I thought it would be.
That's also going to be stored in the storehouse. That craft time and that building are going to be affected by cold.
Yep.
So if it's
That's
got
very important.
4 cold at the ice cream parlor,
Very
passively
cold.
from other buildings around it, the craft time will be 120 seconds. But if it does not have any colds, it'll be 960 seconds. So you're going to want to get some cold to
I think
those
she
ice
misspoke
cream
there, guys.
parlors in order to make your chocolate ice cream cones faster.
3 cold for the fastest craft
Cash
time.
boosts this week are sugar and ice blocks. We haven't done ice block cash boost in a while, so that should be fun for everybody who loves making ice blocks, which I know there are a lot of you. Sugar is going to be at 6,000. Ice block's going to be
Moist.
at 12,000. It's a 20-second trade timer with just 1 gasoline. It's Desert West biome. We've got a desert to the north, ocean to the east, river to the south, and another desert to the west. And I will post the picture of the town right here in case anyone didn't see any announcements.
Cutting off a bit.
We tried to make it an easy one this week for any new users that might be coming in. So there's a little bit of gasoline setup kind of already started. So you've got some turbines and some water pumps over there. So it should be a nice, easy
I don't know,
week.
Watcher. Yeah, I'm not sure.
Those turbines affect each other, or they look kind of close?
Farmers Commander, hello.
Nope, they're far enough apart. They should be good.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, they're far enough apart.
Writing down in my notebook. Awesome layout there. That's cool looking. All right. Well, is it time to move on to sales?
Yeah, let's jump right into it. All right. So yesterday, July 4th, happy Independence Day to all American citizens. Okay, so we had the for sale the Stars and Stripes Monument, a legendary NFT released. It's 2x2. It's really small, and it will lower the labor and building cost of your whole town, and will remove 1 shade in a large area around it. There were 250 units released for 399 with 90 cents price.
400
Released
bucks.
yesterday at 11 a.m. PT, and today. Yeah, look at it. Looks really, really nice. And today we have the ice cream parlor coming on. It's a rare 3x3. This delightful shop keeps your ice cream scooper moving at the
I think
double
that's
speed.
Miss.
So a speed of
Is
4,
that correct?
and comes fully stocked with its own supply of cones. So
It's not a
no
3x3, guys.
cones
I don't know why you
needed
said
in
that.
this, ice cream shop. There are 500 units of supply at 189 with 90 cents price. Releasing today at 11 a.m. PT. That's in a couple hours from now. Thanks, everybody.
Yeah, it's 3 cold for the fastest craft time on the
that is
ice cream
awesome.
parlor.
Man, I love that art. And that's a really cool effect, too. Lowering the labor and building costs for the whole town.
Super useful.
Yeah. And then yeah, ice cream scooper moving at double speed. I wish they had little fire streaks behind them when they ran.
Is that what the worker is called?
Fun.
Ice cream scooper?
Oh, man. Let's see. Live question from White Metal 8. Is there a reset planned of guilds? Yep. When we go from V1 to V2 of the nodes, we're going to go into maintenance mode, wipe out all the guilds, and then lift to maintenance mode.
Okay.
I
Eventually.
don't have the exact time and date that we're doing that yet, though. Well, that's cool. Thank you, Riant. Those are nice looking.
Thank you.
Well, everybody, I hope you have a wonderful weekend. It's been really cool hanging. have a nice kind of brief AMA today. Remember, you can always fill out the questions ahead of time. Ping us on Discord anytime you want. We're always here. We will not DM you first, so DM us first. And have a wonderful weekend. Like and subscribe. See you later.
Thanks, everybody. Happy weekend.
Have a good weekend, guys.
Bye.
I'm bad. Replying to something on Discord. All right. Pause that. Alina, hello, welcome. And let me get off. Well, can I? Oh no, that's not what I meant to do. Let me fix this screen real quick. Yeah, like I said, I already updated the Town Star playbook, so all the info's there. They removed the egg requirement from the ice cream cone, which is a good move, seeing as it's bugged. I know some people said the bug still exists even if you do milk. I mean, that's probably true also. But, well, yeah, it's probably true if you use a Throff. I don't know. I didn't run into it, but like if people say it's bugged, I believe them. Why would they lie about that? Like personally, I use the Nourish Barns, and then whenever I do the no NFT builds, I just use Meadows. So that's why I don't run into those bugs. Oh, somebody just asked that on Discord too. I know you said no eggs, but are you aware cows are having issues too? Or Marcel said, yes, the issue is the Throff. It's more prevalent with chickens though. Well, all right. And I'm gonna talk about the new NFTs as well, real quick. Martin says, one asked if he missed or are questions ignored. I saw that too. He had asked if the guilds are getting reset, and then he said if he missed the answer or if his questions are getting ignored. Volcron addressed it at the very end though, so that's good. But yeah, I'm not gonna go too much into the meta. I know people have asked me like, what do I think is a good production rates? I'm not exactly sure. Farm Michelle says it's an easy meta. If it involves ice blocks, I really don't think it's as easy as she thinks it is, but it's not the hardest meta either. It's somewhere in the middle in my opinion, but I wouldn't say this is like a super easy one. Maybe I'm wrong. I've done a lot of metas. I don't think this one's super easy, like new player easy. What do you guys think? Metal 8 best that, okay. Davison, Dub, you only play Gala games. In terms of online games right now, yeah, actually. I mostly only play Common Ground World and Eternal Paradox right now. There are other Gala games, but I just don't find those fun or interesting, so I don't play them. I play these two, Common Ground World and Eternal Paradox, because I find them interesting, and I've played similar games in the past. Let me address the NFTs real quick. Mostly people have asked me about these Stars and Stripes monuments. So $400, 250 in supply. If you remember correctly, when this NFT was first leaked, it had a description that said that this would provide a boost in stars. Farmer Michelle had said it would be a 5% boost in stars. That utility has been removed since people were not happy with that utility. They thought it was really overpowered, which, yeah, it was overpowered. So they removed it and they changed the utility. The new utility being it'll reduce wages and build costs by 30%. This stacks with the enchanted ornaments. It does not stack with itself if you happen to have more than one. And it also provides the 1 shade removal in a 3 radius area. This was already in a utility that was included with it. So this wasn't new, like this was already part of it when it had the star boost thing that they removed. For 400 bucks. So first you got to compare this to enchanted ornaments. The full set of enchanted ornaments provides a 25% build cost reduction and a 20% wage reduction. Build cost reduction, in case you have no idea what that means, everything in the store is discounted from its regular price. So if you don't have enchanted ornaments and you look at my store, you'll notice that everything is cheaper. It's cheaper by 25%. That is the effects of the enchanted ornaments helping me out. The monument provides a 30% discount instead of a 25% discount, but it will stack with the enchanted ornaments. So if I were to place the monument down, everything here would be even cheaper. I believe it's multiplicative. That means enchanted ornaments is 25%, monuments 30%. So multiplicative, if you place them both, it is not a 55% discount. At least it shouldn't be, if I'm not mistaken. If you place them both, let me check. Let me do the math real quick. 75 minus 30%. It'll be about a 47.5% discount if it is multiplicative. So don't expect like a 55% discount if you own both the enchanted ornaments and the monuments. Just so you know. I believe it's the same for the wages, but I might be wrong. But anyways, it does stack. So how does it compare to the enchanted ornaments? Off memory, I don't know how much a full set of enchanted ornaments costs. If any of you know, feel free to post it in the chat, because I really don't know. It's been a long time since I've checked. Back then, the full set of enchanted ornaments was like maybe 200 bucks. So that's half of what this is. And that was back then. Maybe it's cheaper now or more expensive. I have no idea. But also this provides a bigger utility bonus than the enchanted ornaments. It's easier to buy than the enchanted ornaments because enchanted ornaments is 12 different NFTs. This is just one of them. However, the enchanted ornaments does not take up any board space. You don't have to place it down or anything. It's automatically applied. This you do have to place down. It's only a quarter tile though, so that's not an issue. If you're using any kind of subgrid placement, you will have space to place this down. And additionally, it costs more, but it does have more utility. It provides the 1 shade removal and the 3 radius area surrounding it. This is situationally useful. You could make use of this in basically every competition. Like you could have areas that only have 1 shade. You place your monument next to those areas, and then it'll have no shade because it removes that 1 shade. So that can come in handy whenever you're doing like windmill setups with 1 shade on them. So that is a nice utility. Overall, I do think it is a good NFT to have. If you already have enchanted ornaments, I don't think it's necessary unless you are still struggling to get a lot of cash quick enough to build everything, or you're still struggling with wages. But if you don't have enchanted ornaments, then it becomes more useful to have this one. So overall, my thoughts on this NFT is that it is a good one to have overall in general. It's not really going to help you with production rate, but it could, and it should help you finish your build faster. So Fanny says, I wasn't able to play this week's meta due to health issues. I'm sorry to hear that, Fanny. I hope everything is okay. Girl gamer, not easy because of the cold. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of expensive buildings, although I'm not completely sure how much cold you will need. But you need at least a couple of Santa's factories just to provide passive cold. That is true. Crypto Dude says, even 30% is too much. With Enchanted, it's above 50%, which is too much as I see. That's the problem. It should have been like 10% max. Oh, you mean the buff, the utility it provides? You think 30% is too much? It is quite a lot. Yeah, it is. I mean, it is more than the enchanted ornaments. I mean, you're right. It's quite a lot, but I don't think it's too game breaking. Who knows? Yeah, who knows? Like personally, me, I don't even need this NFT because like I can get all the cash I need with my wine rush. It really doesn't make a difference to me. The one shade removal thing is cool, but I also have Circus of Lights, which I utilize that for my windmills anyways. The truth is, it would help me, and I can use it in every single competition, but it's not that big of a help for me. This is also an NFT that you could pretty much use and then let somebody else borrow it. Right? Because once you're done building everything, I mean, just let somebody else borrow it. They can build everything, then let somebody else borrow it. Yeah, kind of like the Christmas tree. Yeah, this pairs well with the Christmas tree, I suppose. Yeah, Martin. Do you want a car or win this game? Same price, easy, but that's the choice. Yeah. Girl gamer and useless buildings. Crypto dude, on builds where there are nukes, this NFT will be overpower everyone that has it due to the price to build, but will be 30% less than everyone else. True. Crypto dude, I believe that there are a lot of the top players, at least not everyone, but a lot of the top players already have some kind of setup with NFTs that'll help them get a lot of cash at the starts, so they don't really care about these cost reduction NFTs that much, but you can't deny that it's still helpful. And maybe 30% is a lot, but that's what they stuck to. I mean, you compare it to the 5% boost in stars that they were planning on giving it. It's in my opinion, it's not as overpowered as that, but it's still good. Because to be honest, if it was a 5% star boost, I was thinking it would sell out. But with this new utility, of course, it released yesterday. It's not going to sell out with this new utility. But it's not horrible either. Mr. Chupa, hello. What do you think about the Gala dropping like crazy in the last month? Even today, minus 10%. That is a lot. I hope we don't lose too much players. So if you paid attention the past couple of days, crypto has been dropping a lot. Gala, of course, but all crypto has been dropping. I don't really keep up with the news on why it's been dropping. You'd be better off Googling why is crypto dropping, because you'd probably get more information from that than I can provide you. But yeah, I've seen that crypto has been dropping the past couple of days a lot. Gala being one of the altcoins out there, I guess, suffers a bigger drop than Bitcoin or Ethereum does. But yeah, if you notice, Bitcoin has dropped a good amount too the past couple days. Does it scare people off? Probably, yeah. I would think it scares people off. What can we do about that? I don't know. I don't control the market, so I don't know if there is anything we can do about that. But when the bull market comes around and all these coins go up, all of a sudden, a bunch of people are going to come in, be like, wow, Gala's the best project ever. Look at that. Coins going up. Because that's how people are, right? You'll see. Yeah. Martin, if they did this 2 years ago, they would have to ban 500 top players. Sing complain about why to win for sure. Then it was, but now 100%. We're in discussion for days. Let me try to read this again, Martin. So if they did this 2 years ago with the NFT, you mean? Well, I think it's fine that people complain about NFT utility. I mean, they've been doing that anyway since like I can remember. I know the first big one was the first big complaint NFT was the Platinum Seaweed Stand, because they literally introduced fishing meta, and then I think the week after or the first week they introduced an NFT that provides passive seaweed, which is I guess that really upset people. And they've been doing that constantly now. They did that for the Valentine's meta, where they introduced boom cane. What is it called? Not boom cane. Bamboo shoots. They introduced bamboo shoots, and then they pretty much introduced a way to craft them faster because the craft times were really high or something. Now they have the boom shoot stand, right? Oh, coffee. I think it was coffee. They introduced coffee beans and the way to get them passive with the coffee bean stand. They did the same thing for the lettuce heads with the Spring Garden NFT. So they pretty much been doing the same thing. Usually when people complain about the NFTs, nothing changes. As far as I can remember. But in this case, something did change. They decided to step back from the star increasing utility, which I think is a really good thing. Yeah. Girl Gamer. Fox, not Fox, autocorrect. What did you mean? What got auto-corrected there? Alright, there's one more NFT to talk about real quick. And that would be the Ice Cream Parlor, I believe. The NFT version. Yeah, this one, they announced it yesterday. Rare Ice Cream Parlor. 500 in supply, $200 for each one. Cool artwork, of course. Regular sized building, still requires a road. It still casts one shade, which is the same. No wages, so I guess the worker works for free. Same crafts as the ice cream shop, but it doesn't require any ice cream cones, which is huge. This NFT reminds me of the distillery NFT. I think it's called Masterful Distillery, because that one doesn't require any yeast, which is also huge. But I think this one, not requiring any ice cream cones, is actually bigger than that. Like, ice cream cones seem more complicated to craft than yeast did. They are both crafted in a bakery, interestingly enough. But the ice cream cones, it seems like it requires more items. Thankfully, we don't have to worry about the eggs for this meta, but once they fix that issue, you'll see that you're going to need all this for an ice cream cone. 1 sugar, 3 cornstarch, which is a lot of cornstarch, I think. You would need 1 egg and 1 milk. You already need sugar for chocolate, but in this case, because we're making chocolate ice cream. And you definitely do need milk for any of the ice creams we'll make, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, not needing all these items to make the cones, I think that's a huge advantage. Of course, these meta-specific NFTs are becoming like very powerful because you probably won't use them that often. But I do believe we will get several ice cream metas. We started off with chocolate ice cream. I'm pretty sure we'll get strawberry ice cream, vanilla ice cream. I'm sure they'll have to introduce some kind of new item for vanilla ice cream. Mint ice cream. That's 4 of them that I can think of. There are other flavors they could do. They could do coffee ice cream if they wanted to. Maybe pumpkin ice cream, I don't know. Or some kind of multiple flavored ice cream where you mix 3 cones together and get a 3 scoop, 3 flavor kind of deal, you know, kind of like a box of ice creams. Hey, it'll happen at some point. So this would get a couple of uses if that's the case. But it's a meta-specific NFT. I try not to get any more meta-specific stuff. It's just if I'm not going to use it all the time, I don't feel like it's worthwhile. But I mean, that's my thoughts on it. Meta-specific has a lot of stuff going for it. I'm not personally interested in it. Yeah, Napoleon ice cream, Dini. Pink, white, brown. There you go. Mr. Troopa, I bought the snowman when it was on discount recently. I hope it will help me a lot next competition. I do believe so with the 3 passive gold that it provides. And what else does it do? I don't have that one. So I forget the exact utility. Let me search it up real quick. I know I updated it on the Townstar Play, but I don't have all these utilities memorized. Especially the ones I don't use. It reduces the craft time of something. Yeah, 3 passive cold, 50% craft time reduction for Satisfactory and North Pole Creation Lab. Oh, that's not actually... That utility's not going to help you there. I don't think you use those buildings. Not to craft anything. 50% speed boost to Professor Skid. Which, yeah, you don't need to use the Wizard's Workshop either. Alright, well, Mr. Troopa, it'll give you 3 passive cold, but that's about it for that NFC. The Satisfactory NFC, which I do have one of, that'll help people out because it provides 4 passive cold. You're not going to craft anything on it, but the 4 passive cold is big. Now, for those of you without NFTs, you will more than likely rely on the regular Satisfactory, which provides 2 passive cold. The only alternative is the Wizard's Workshop that provides 1 passive cold and it only casts 1 shade. So you could have it closer to your crops. But I mean, it's just 1 passive cold. You're gonna need 3 passive cold for your Master Wizards making ice blocks. They're also gonna need 2 passive water drums preferably. And you're also gonna want 3 passive cold for your ice cream parlors so that they can craft the chocolate ice cream cones at the fastest craft time possible. So just keep that in mind. You're gonna want multiple Satisfactories to accomplish that. Mr. Troopa says, I think it can just save me money to provide cold instead of paying millions for the cold building. That's true, yeah. Pro Gamer, no Satisfactories for sale. They probably already sold them all. If you meant the NFT, I mean. Yeah, not that big of an NFT, Mr. Troopa, but I mean, yeah, 3 passive gold, you could definitely use it. I know the Wizard's Workshop NFT, because I have one of them. That one provides 2 passive gold, even though the in-game version provides 1. 2 passive gold, and if I'm not mistaken, still only cast 1 shade. Do I not have it on here? Oh, it's right here. Oh, this is actually wrong. I just realized that. I don't have the correct info on here. 2 cold. I have it saying 2 shade. Let's fix that real quick. Look. We got an hour to go in the competition. I'm not top 25 right now, but it's fine. It's a guild competition. Real quick. I tested this on casual like yesterday, but I'm gonna test it again. So, all right, this is what I'm gonna do. Oh, I'm using it. All right, well, let's move it for a bit. Okay, so you see how there's no shade on these? Right? Oh, it actually does cast 2 shade. Okay, I guess it's right. I thought it only cast 1 shade. Sorry, guys. It casts 2 cold and it casts 2 shade. Alright. Just double checking. Okay, this one's making glue. Yeah, so the in-game Wizard's Workshop, it casts 1 cold and 1 shade. The NFT version casts 2 cold, but it casts 2 shade. So it's like the Satisfactory. Okay, good to know. Because I was thinking it only cast 1 shade. But there we go. I was wrong, but the Townstar playbook was correct. At least this was correct. That's good. I don't have the North Pole Creation Lab NFT, but apparently it works different. It casts 2 shade, but it only casts 1 cold. I don't know if that's true. I can't test it. And it's also very weird because the in-game North Pole Creation Lab only casts 1 shade. So Maybe that's wrong. I don't know. I would assume that it's going to be right, though. In terms of production, I'm really not sure. Maybe 25 or something for no NFTs. For the chocolate ice cream cone production rates. So yeah, I think when we were talking about the kimchi meta, somebody asked me what I think the production rate would be for no NFTs, and I think I said 30. And yeah, I was way off because the no NFT build ended up doing 100 per hour. I usually don't have a good idea on what production rate I can do with no NFT until I pretty much have a design planned out and I start building it. And then, of course, I'll adjust from there. And another thing that's you may want to keep in mind is that you may need to overproduce ice blocks. If you don't overproduce ice blocks, you might actually be cash negative on this one. I won't know that for sure until I start testing this, of course, but I have a feeling that you will want to overproduce ice blocks because the wages are just too high for this. Which would, of course, affect how much space you have and what your final production rate would be for the chocolate ice cream cones. Subarno, hello. What will be the use of the Voxland? Do you buy any of them? No, I've not bought any of the Voxland. That they're running a rebate on it, I believe. People have asked me about them. They're basically not valuable because you get your Gala back, so you could probably get a bunch of them. Their utility will be for the Voxverse game. And I believe you'll be able to send out your Vox or your Proto Vox NFTs if you own any in order to collect resources for Voxverse. Voxverse is kind of... So if you're not aware, they have a completely new team because they pretty much got rid of the old Vox team as far as I know. And the project is going through a lot of changes. I don't think it's the same Voxverse idea that we were all initially told like a year or 2 years ago. As far as I know, they're doing some kind of application on the phone, so it's going to be like a mobile game. And the first version of it is pretty much just like an expedition game where you're just sending out your Vox to collect resources and land. And eventually you'll be able to use that resource to craft stuff, I guess. I really don't know too much about it with their current progress on the new version that they're making. But that Voxland, that's just all it's for you to send out your Vox NFTs to collect resources on. So the land is pretty much free, right? Because of the sell they're doing. The Vox NFTs are not, so you would eventually need to have a bunch of Vox NFTs or Proto Vox, which are going to be the cheaper version of Vox, if I'm not mistaken. And you'll send those out and collect resources. I don't really know what for, but that's the idea, and that's as much as I know about Voxverse right now. Paul Raymond, hello. Evening Dub, getting my gold rush set up well for this one. May be build a lot of easier. Oh yeah, for sure. Waking up to more cash that I've needed for the whole build meant I could set up lots of items and leave it to build. That's right, yeah. A good cash rush will help you get finished quicker. So it helps out. Yeah, I believe, Paul, you already got invited to one of our dub guilds, right? I believe dub 8. I'm hoping that all our dub guilds are full. I try to get in contact with the leaders that I remember them saying they needed a space and try to see who we could invite. So I believe they're all full. Looks like it. And I hope we all rank well in the leaderboards. We won't know until they post the results, pretty much. Oh, Dub 4, yeah. Dini says Dub 4 is still 19. I think Dub 4 is the only one missing one person, because one of the people that was going to play ended up not playing. And I mean, that's like... I feel like every guild had one of those people. So, it's to be expected. The only way... So we got an hour to go in the competition. The leader would have to invite basically anybody before the competition ends. That'd be the only way to fill it up right now. What's your rank now, Dub? 26 last I saw. Yeah, 26th place. Sin player. Interesting. So I don't think I ever showed everyone in the guild, and I'm being secretive and basically just showing you these 5 people. But you can probably tell who's in the guild because of the dub tag. O-Town, of course, is on here. Iron Knight. Planet Bob. Homeboy. Just to name a couple. There might be others that, well, they might be in our group. We'll see. It's okay to be a little secretive about it. Nothing wrong with that. I think when they post the results, they don't like include which player was part of which guild. Yeah, I don't think they did that on the last one. Like, I don't even know how many people are, or which people are part of the Alliance group. Yeah, Subarno, Dub 3 should be full, yeah. Okay. So, talked about the NFTs, chocolate ice cream cone. The meta after the chocolate ice cream cone is probably going to be some kind of fruit pie. Based on this leak right here. It's pie, but what kind of pie? Blueberries, apple, strawberry pie. That makes me think it's going to be some kind of fruit pie. And then after that, we're doing Starlight Market Box again. Yeah, and I put that on the thumbnail too. Once again, Starlight Market Box in like, what, 3 weeks? Not sure if that one's going to be a guild competition, because we just had the guild competition, so... And it's kind of confusing, because it's going to be another July Starlight Market Box. Like, that's what I call this one that we're doing right now, July Starlight Market Box. So I'm not really sure what I'll call the second one. But that is a community voted competition, and the results were oak barrels, jam, and gold. That's going to be the meta for the 3rd week of July. Or is it 4th week? It might actually be 4th week. Anyways, it's the 23rd of July. That's when that competition starts. I was hoping Peanut Noir would win, but I can work with this. So... Gold, I have a lot of NFTs to make jewelry, but when it comes to gold, anybody with the pot of gold will be at a huge advantage on that. Massive advantage. Jam, I believe anybody with tables of appreciation will be at a huge advantage for jam, but they're also going to need a bunch of NFTs to make sugar with. I have a bunch of tables. I don't know if I have enough sugar based NFTs. Otherwise, I'll just need to make sugarcane, I guess. Or windmills might also be a problem. Oak barrels. Anybody with Style and Ride is set for oak barrels. That's basically the NFT for oak barrels. That way they don't need to make any iron. So that one seems very interesting to me. And it actually doesn't seem that hard. Even for in a no NFT basis. Doesn't seem that hard, assuming they'll give us a mountain, which I think they will. Because they mentioned there was going to be some kind of NFT that had to do with mines. Maybe it's a mine NFT that works without a mountain. Kind of like the advanced fishing platform. I would assume that would be the case. We'll see what it ends up being. Oh, and there was one more leak. The new one. End of July competition, something new for the stationery shop. Which I'm not sure. I did mention at some point they would add books. I feel like they will add books to the stationery shop. But I don't know what else it could be. They have Valentine's Day card here. They could make cards for other holidays if they really wanted to. So if anybody has any questions they want to ask, feel free to ask. I'm going to stream until the competition ends. I did mention I was going to make a poll about guild competitions. I want to know what people think about the guild competition so far. This is only the second one we've done. I've talked about it a couple of days ago. I'm not really a big fan of the guild competitions right now. I feel like there needs to be a little bit more quality of life updates with the invite system, with disbanding the guilds for anybody that's a guild leader and they just don't want to lead the guild anymore. They want to join another one. There's no way to disband them right now other than submitting a form so that they can manually nuke it for you. And also, I would love it for the members to be able to put their NFTs into the guild library for other members to borrow. I feel like we need to have that. And I know that that's coming eventually, but who knows when that is? What, a month from now? A couple months from now? A year from now? Who knows? But I do think we should have at least that before we do more guild competitions. I don't think it'll happen by the next guild competition by the sounds of it, but that would be nice. Farmer's Commander, it would be fun that Gala will add a random NFT in the start biome. You know, that would actually be very fun, Farmer's Commander, and then you just can't remove that NFT. If you try to remove it, you just can't place it back. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, that would be fun. The trial NFT kind of thing, right? That would be cool. Or at least, well, I don't know how people will feel about that in the competition, but at least in the practice server. Have that for the practice server, maybe not in the competition. Because at least that would be your trial run of the NFT in the practice server, right? I feel like if they had the trial run on the NFTs, more people would buy them. Because they'd probably implement it into their build, and then they'd be like, oh damn, for this build to actually work, now I need to buy the NFT, right? But I don't know. They just haven't done that yet. I do think it would be a good idea. See, create a post. Gonna be a poll. Mr. Trupa says, I know you might do a recap, but did I miss something interesting in the town hall? the most interesting thing I can remember, Mr. Troopa, is that they're gonna remove the egg requirement from the ice cream cone, which a lot of people were asking about yesterday, which I think is very good. So you're not gonna need to worry about eggs for the next meta. Anything else though? Yeah, actually, you're right. I need to type out like a recap. I did not type anything out, but I'll do like a quick recap as usual. I don't get all the info there, just what I thought was interesting to note. But they said for the past 2 weeks, they've been working on streamlining the new player. Damn, what'd they say? The new player UI or onboarding system. I don't know, but they've only been working on that for 2 weeks. They actually didn't mention it, but they did create some kind of TikTok to promote, or maybe not a TikTok, like a YouTube short to promote the game. And if somebody has that, direct message it to me and I'll show it on stream right now because I don't remember where I saw it. But it basically just says play Common Ground World today, get 100,000 in-game cash when you start. And that they were talking about that on the town hall, that new players, whenever they start playing Common Ground mode, they get 100,000. It doesn't help them at all with competition or casual, but it does help them get into the game, I guess. Better than nothing. But hey, I mean, it's something. Got to start somewhere, I guess. They are at least thinking about how to get new people in. We'll see how that works out. And I really don't think they're going to push that stuff until, you know, bull market comes up, Gala's token price goes up, you know, because that's what gets the most attention. You push out your promoting during that period and you get a lot more people for your for the amount of cash you're spending on promotions. Herps, hello. Wajir, does this game get new players? I would assume yes, but right now we're in a weird state where people are leaving the game. Who knows? Maybe more people are leaving the game than joining. I know that doesn't sound good, but we are hoping that we'll get to the point where more people are going to join the game than leave the game. I don't know if that's true, but like, let's look at the leaderboards, right? This is a guild competition, so not everybody is playing this competition. It's gonna appear like there's less players. 1,500, and that's not the people that are playing the competition. Everybody with 0 points, I assume they're not even playing, right? So they don't count. I'm gonna try to scroll up to see if I can get to a point where somebody has at least some points. I don't know if I'll be able to because the leaderboard sucks and it doesn't load. Okay, maybe around here. So let's say about 1,300 people. It's a guild competition, so only like 1,000 people get rewarded at best. I don't even think 1,000 people are gonna get rewarded because not all the guild groups are full. So let's say maybe 800 or 900 people. Also, you might not even include these people. Sure, they have like 100 stars, but that's not even a sale of the meta item. I don't know what rank I would have to get to before I see people who sold meta items, which I think it would have to be at least 500,000 stars, right? I'm gonna see if I can find that number. Oh, I might be close to it. Okay, let's give it a minute to refresh. Farmers Commanders says, players with 0 star in guild still get rewards? I believe yes, Farmers Commander. If they are in a guild and that guild got top 50, even if they got 0 stars, I believe they still get rewarded. Only Farmer Michelle or Riant would have that official answer. But I believe yes. Dini's asking, do you know what this treasure tapper is on Telegram? Is it a time waster or can you earn actual Gala? I actually don't know too much about that, Dini. I've heard people talk about it. I don't use Telegram. And I heard some people got like a rose bush NFT pack from it, but it only had like common rose bushes. Maybe it had uncommon ones too. I don't know. I've not heard anybody say you can earn Gala from it. I think you earn some other token, which I don't know, probably has no value, but I have no idea. But yeah, I did hear some people say you can earn a rose bush from it. So there's that at least. And as far as I know, it's just like a clicker game. If you've ever played Cookie Clicker, it's essentially that. Doesn't really sound fun to me. So I would say it's a time waster, but there is at least some reward in it somewhere. A smart thing they're doing with that treasure tapper app is I believe they're encouraging people to go subscribe to the Gala Games YouTube page and their X and join the Discord in exchange for some kind of boost, and that does seem like it's providing an increase in players coming into the Gala community. Whether that's good or not, I would think it's good, but who knows? Some of those might be bots or something. But that is interesting. Farmers Commanders, so players tested on the weekend. Yeah. Yeah, good news for the eggs, Mr. Troopa. Okay. So about 1,020 people got 500,000 stars. I'm just gonna double check, but I think it was 50,000 stars per Starlight market box. $75,000 stars. Okay. All right. Let's scroll up a little bit more. There we go. All right. Let's just say 1,000 people, right? Let's round it to 1,000. 1,000 people sold what I would assume to be at least one batch of 10 Starlight market boxes. This may not actually be correct. It's probably more like these people right here that have at least 800k. But yeah, let's say about 1,000 people actually gave it a shot and participated in this competition. They might not have even made Starlight market boxes. They may have made something else and just happen to have this many stars. But at least they gave it an effort. So 1,000 people tried. And that's probably reasonable for a guild competition. And yeah, some of these people aren't even in a guild. And some of these people don't even realize it is a guild competition, which sucks. They should. I think it said it on the message of the day, which, where did that go? Why isn't it on here? Usually it's at the bottom left. But yeah, about 1,000 people. Not that much. We've seen like 2,000 people play the competitions before, but yeah, that's the individual competitions. Yeah, I'm gonna make a poll either during the stream or after the stream. Let's see, what do I want to ask on my YouTube? What do you think about Common Ground World Guild competitions so far? And if I can, I want to ask 2 questions because I've done that before. So yeah, I want to make 4 options. So there's some people that are probably going to say they enjoy them and think everything works well. There's people that are going to say they enjoy them but could use improvements. Yeah, it's a tweets minus the multi accounts, which it's kind of hard to gauge the exact number on that. Right, then there's people that say they don't enjoy them, but everything works well. And there's going to be people that say they don't enjoy them, and they could use improvements. Let me see, can I show this? Yeah, like that. That's what I'm thinking right now. Okay. Maybe instead of the word think, I'll put believe. All right, I'll word it like this. I think it's fine. So I'm going to ask, what do you think about the guild competitions so far? 4 options, because I'm basically asking 2 different questions. So you either enjoy them or you don't, and you either think everything works well, or it could use improvements as, you know, better quality of life for the guild system. I would assume most people would say they probably don't enjoy them, they could use improvements, but who knows? Everybody has their own opinion on this. So I'm gonna go ahead and post this, and probably, well, we'll share the results on next week. Yeah, sure, give it a whole week. Talk about this next week, maybe Tuesday, maybe next week. I'm not gonna scroll too much, but if you noticed, members only posts for early access or behind the scenes stuff on no NFTs build showcases. But yeah, there you go. We'll see what people on YouTube say. Be honest now when you vote for that. What the? I was just laughing at what Ganga Busted posted here. NFT idea for this week's meta: an NFT statue of my ex-wife. 6 cold effect scares the shit out of the workers. Oh my gosh. But drains money at an alarming rate. Wow, okay. That was pretty funny. Well, I'm still sliding down. I guess some people were fast forwarding. Or maybe Vulture was selling more than me. Yeah. Because I'm basically 10 boxes away from him. Yeah, actually. Let's see. Yeah, he must just be selling more than me. Okay. They passed me up. All good. I tried my best on this one with the time I had. And like I said, I didn't even come up with this design off scratch. I based it off somebody else's design, which I almost never do. Yeah, Martin, you remember. You can see those posts. The tweets: this game is in desperate need of quality of life updates. I'm close to break my 3rd mouse. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff we would like to see. Some quick deletes, better auto sell. I mean, the introduction of the guild system is great, but that then brings more stuff that could use quality of life there. I know some people are asking for like more monitor options on the production monitor. Sure, that would be cool. I don't know how often I would use it, but like, yeah. would be nice. The leaderboard one is huge. Fixing the leaderboard issues. And then the auto updates every hour for the people that are offline. I think that would be huge too, if they ever get around to doing that. Herb says most important quality of life improvement would be auto sell for me. Because I know that screws some people over. I can see all the dub groups, right? All the chats. And I want to say, like, at least in every dub group, that's dub 1, dub 2, dub 3, dub 4, there's at least one person who said, my storages got full or I ran out of gasoline because I forgot to put something on auto sell. And that's to be expected. I kind of knew that would happen. That always happens to somebody. So, I mean, don't feel too down about it. It may have happened to you. It may happen to somebody else next time, right? It just happens. But mostly it's probably happening because this system they have for auto sell where everything kind of disappears sucks. It's true. If the system was better, that probably wouldn't happen. Hey, maybe it's user mistake. Maybe you actually did forget to put something on here. But yeah, who knows? But let's blame it on the fact that items kind of disappear on us, right? Because that makes the most sense. I think that is what gets people. Martin saying, normally I have to see the build setup and videos, seeing it's so many details not to build what I don't need, I can't do without. Yeah, I get that. Girl Gamer, super happy this week. Totally my own build, 28.5 per hour and currently 257, my best so far. And a difficult balance to do, I thought. Very nice. Yeah, I think it's a pretty difficult balance. I mean, you're balancing lumber between what, 4 items? That can be tricky. In those cases, I like overproducing lumber like I did here, like I did on the no NFT build I did. You don't have to do that, but I would prefer doing that than running into an issue where everything's working at some point and then it's not, because there's not enough lumber to make cotton yarn or something, and then your whole build kind of just fails because of that. So yeah, it can be scary to balance stuff like that. I'm like, that's not the only situation. You got to balance honey between the final product and some other product. And what was the other example? Sugar? Yeah, sugar for candy canes and for butter. That's right. Yeah, stuff like that can get you. Oh, and I know the people have issues with the ceramic bowls and the honey and honeycomb ratio. That's kind of hard to figure out too. It's like very often, like you see how my big pantry is empty? My honey and honeycomb ratio is like super balanced. Plus I am making an excess amount of glue, but not a whole lot. But I know some people run into the issue where they're making like way too much honey and not enough honeycombs. And that's just, you need to figure out the exact amount of beehives you need and which beehive should be making what. It's pretty complicated to balance that out. SG Taylor, hello. There needs to be a way to check your guild ranking during the competition and see how your guild members are doing. Yeah, once again, another quality of life thing we would like to see. We're not going to know people's rankings until the competition ends and Farmer Michelle post everyone's score on that spreadsheet with the Town Star leaderboards, as it's called. That could take a week, it could take longer. But yeah, that's the only way we'll find out. And for all the guild competitions or the dub guild groups, what I try to do is find everyone's score and post it so everybody can see how they did. Yeah, it kind of calls out people who didn't do very well. I mean, I don't mean to, you know, like point a finger of shame at anyone or anything. I mean, maybe you ran into a mistake, something didn't go well, but I share everyone's scores so everybody knows how everyone did there. And then I can try to use that information to get people to move around if they want to move around. I don't think I'll like be in control of who goes to which group all the time unless the guild leaders are fine with me doing that. Ultimately, it's up to the guild leaders' decision on who they want to invite to their group. Especially during the non-guild competitions. I know some guild leads want specific people. It's fine. Yeah, it would be fun, cool to have that you click on guild and you'll be able to see their score right here or something. Seems like something that would be easy to do. Roger says the honeycomb balance will always get me. Yeah. Martin saw the build, not the video. Did not need vinegar and dough. Fire and fuel could not catch up. You're talking about the was it kimchi, right? Not this one. You're talking about the kimchi one. Was it the one where you accidentally made cheese and you didn't need to, Martin? Nah. Okay, on my Discord, I don't really have much else to talk about, but I did want to mention, talk a little bit about scams and stuff again. I had posted an announcement about this on my Discord. I made a couple changes to our marketplace channels. So anybody that joins my Discord, the Dub community, if they want to use the marketplace channels, they're first going to have to go to this one called Marketplace Verification. They, I can't force them to read this, but they really should read all of this, understand what they're getting into by doing trades, and they agree with everything. They'll click this. They're going to get a role called Marketplace Access, and that's going to let them view the NFT marketplace, which is intended for people to, solicit trades for NFTs. Maybe they're selling their NFT, maybe they want to buy one, maybe they want to trade it for something else. And there's also the token marketplace channel, which I made for people who want to sell stuff that is not NFTs, like Gala, E-Time, items, database items in Champions Arena, for example, stuff like that. This separation is just to organize it a little better. But the important part here is all these things I talk about. Safest way to trade. Use NFT Harbor to trade stuff on Gala chain. I didn't mention it here, but you could use OpenSea to trade certain things on Ethereum, although that only really works with one of ones. So if you bridge some Gala chain NFT to Ethereum, it should be a one of one, so you can use OpenSea's swap or trade system to trade with somebody else, like swap NFTs or swap tokens. That'll be a safe way to do it as well. I did not mention that here because I don't think many people do that here, or they even know what that is. And I think it involves way more fees doing that. You're better off just using NFT Harbor. You want to trade Gala chain tokens, use Gala Swap. The reason people don't really use this is because what they want to do is they want to sell their Gala on Gala chain for something on another chain like USDC, USDT, something on Solana or something. So that's why people don't want to use Gala Swap. But Gala Swap would be the safest way to trade tokens on Gala chain. Or I can middleman your trade. Like I mentioned in the announcement, I used to help people. I help people middleman trades a whole lot for free. I'm not going to do it completely for free anymore. Mostly because time constraints. It takes up a lot of time to help people out. I enjoy helping people out, but it got to the point where I was doing a lot of trades every day to help people out. It just didn't make sense. So I'm gonna attach a fee to help people trade middleman, either 100 Gala or 500 E-time. Trust me, it may sound like a lot. It's really not, and especially if the trade is huge. You don't want to risk losing a couple $100 or $1,000 worth of stuff trusting somebody by sending your stuff first, and then the trade doesn't get fulfilled and you end up getting scammed. You're better off paying a couple dollars worth of Gala or whatever for me to middleman your trade. If you're part of the supporter program, that means you have Team Dub, Dub Fam, or Super Dub Club rules, either because you support me on YouTube membership or Patreon, which I appreciate you all so much. I'm not gonna charge you that fee for the trades. Feel free to ask me to middleman your trades anytime you want. As long as I'm available, I'll help you out. There's Ethereum gas fees involved, and you still have to pay those. Anybody. I'm not going to cover your Ethereum gas fees or Solana gas fees or whatever payment you're going through with me. And one important thing, if I suspect that one of the people you're trading with is using an address which I believe to be suspicious because I have some kind of proof that that address was used to scam somebody else, I'll put the trade on hold for up to 24 hours. If I can't find any more proof that there was any unfulfilled trades or scams, then I'll resume the trade, no problem. Otherwise, if I find proof that there is an unfulfilled trade or a scam, that trade needs to be fulfilled before this middleman trade continues. So this will make it to where scammers are not going to want a middleman with me because they're afraid that I'm going to find out that they're using an address they scammed with before. So that might be a red flag if you're trying to trade with somebody but they don't want a middleman with me. Of course, it could also be because they just don't want to pay a fee. It's possible. But I just put this here just in case. I don't think this will ever come up, but just in case it does. What is the fees for Gala Swap? The fee is 1 Gala, exactly 1 Gala every time you do an action, like you place an offer or you accept an offer. This is a very small fee. NFT Harbor, the lowest fee is 0.5%. If you have less stars, it goes up as high as 2%, I think. And the reason you would lose stars is if you fail to complete trades in time or cancel trades. I think canceling trades costs you Gala. I'm not exactly sure. Not going to go over all this, but one thing I do want to go over here, because it recently came to my attention. I knew this was going to happen at some point. Watch out for anybody impersonating anyone. A lot of people impersonate Farmer Michelle because she's trusted in the community and she talks to a lot of people. They will often use an impersonation account that has almost exactly Farmer Michelle's name, but there's like one difference. It either has a dot at the end or there's a letter missing or has an extra letter. So it's gonna look almost real, but it doesn't. They'll also usually include like rules that say Sages of the Red Flames, but they're not official. They type them in and put an emoji. They'll try to use that to scam you. Like, try to get you to think that you're talking to the actual Farmer Michelle, but you're not. Also, Farmer Michelle doesn't direct message people first, so that's obviously a red flag. But somebody did try doing that with me. Somebody made an impersonation account. They created an account called Dubs Abroad with a dot at the very end. That's a red flag, of course. So make sure to watch out for that. If I send you a direct message, and I've never sent you a direct message before, that's really suspicious. I rarely direct message people first, and if I do, I will tag them on my Discord and tell them that I'm sending them a direct message. But yeah, if you all of a sudden get a friend request from me or a direct message from me and you didn't see it anywhere else, that's probably suspicious. Make sure you verify the name. But I really hope people don't fall for these scams. The sad part is I know people who have fallen for these scams, especially with the fake Farmer Michelle accounts, and they've lost so much money, like tens of thousands of dollars worth of NFTs. It's so sad. And I've talked to these people before because like I want to find out what happened. And I mean, it just sucks. There's nothing you can do once you've been scammed. All you can do is try to avoid it for the next time, but it's better if you stay informed about this stuff so it doesn't happen to you. Farmers Commander canceled trade on NFT harbor costs 100 Gala. Well, if you want to recover a star, I think it's like 200 Gala, so it's still cheaper. Girl Gamer, can you use Soul for Common Ground World NFTs? Actually, I don't think that's an option in the Gala store. No, I don't think so. Where's the best place to swap Ethereum to Gala? I wouldn't know where the best place is, Farmer Cliff. I usually use Uniswap whenever I need a swap, but that doesn't have the cheapest quotes. Crypto Dude says on the fake Farmer Michelle, check also which server she joined. I reported one that was too obvious and wanted a phone call via Discord to explain how to get Gala. FFS, some scammers will do anything. Yeah, that too. Crypto Dude also said they even had her image, etc. Every rules, everything copy pasted. Yeah. Yeah. Watch out for the fakes, guys. It's very important. So this whole thing, I spent like almost a whole day writing all this out and planning out how I'm gonna do this because I needed a way to inform people at least of potential scams, risk, or other alternatives to trade safely before they can even access our marketplace channels. This isn't gonna prevent scams from happening. It's just gonna better inform people. People are still gonna get scammed. That's just unfortunate. Because either they trust somebody that's just screwed them over, or they still weren't informed enough. Maybe they clicked that check mark and they didn't read any of it. Who knows? But for sure, there's still gonna be scammers out there. I mean, they scam to take your money. It's easy money for them. So just be careful about that. Anything suspicious, I would say report it. Let somebody know. Roger says sometimes there's no way to help people that get scammed. Specific real life situation. Some lady sent money into some guy in Nigeria, then she met somebody to get help on that and sent that guy money too. Yeah, so a double scam. I've heard about those things before too. I don't know if that's ever happened in here, or at least I don't know anybody that's happened to, but I know it can happen. Farmers Commander, best place to swap USDT, USDC with Gala. Girl Gamer said Binance, probably. I don't use Binance just because it's not allowed in the United States. That would probably be your best bet. Otherwise, I really don't know. Crypto dude, as I have one rule, always do some research to whom you are talking. No one from Gala will DM you first, or even some like us won't spam anyone. If you send DM to us, we will respond. That's right. Yeah. And it sounds so obvious. I know it does, but like if somebody's gonna get scammed. It sucks saying that, but like we're at a point where just somebody will fall for it. It sucks. It sucks. So just please, anybody watching, don't fall for scams. Easier said than done, I guess, but it just sucks to see that. And like, I don't talk about it all the time, but even if I did, I feel like somebody's gonna fall for it. But maybe if I do mention it more often, it'll at least save somebody. All right, well, competition ends in 15 minutes. I'll probably stop streaming right when the competition ends. I'm not gonna load up the common ground mode. I did that yesterday. Still selling Hina Nor. I have that pretty much balanced now. Maybe in a couple years I'll clear all the tiles. Or maybe in like 2 years. If my town doesn't delete itself by then. I'm scrolling through Discord, but I don't think I see anything else worth mentioning here. Guess might as well mention it, but if you're not subscribed, make sure to subscribe. Feel free to like the stream. Appreciate it. You got any questions, let me know. Join my Discord if you haven't. All the plugs. Dini, if Town Star Forever will take you 2 years, then it's going to take me between 8 to 10 years. Probably longer. But yeah. I did the math at some point, but that was using my bottle rush numbers. It should actually take less time now that I'm selling wine there. Probably a year or less. Armor's Commander, well, so far for the last 4 years, I have met many scammers tried to scam me. But look, so far, all failed. That's good. Hey, I've had these fake accounts message me too. I mean, I already had conversations open with the real people. So it was pretty hard to fall for them still, but yeah. But yeah, that's one way to go, Watcher. Never send your stuff first. That way you never get scammed. But like I say on my tips and tricks section, like somebody has to send first. Someone will always send first, and they take all the risk. It has to be that way. I know somebody said they don't want to send first. I mean, they always like to send first. That way they're not the ones scamming. But I mean, you're taking the risk. Might as well use a middleman or NFT Harper. Crypto Nerd, what's up? Didn't follow your build this competition and got punished for it. Finished rank 131. Ah. I mean, to be honest, Crypto Nerd, this build, I didn't come up with it by scratch. I mean, I still worked on it. I got everything balanced, right? That was on me. But I designed this one based off one that was shown to me by a guild member. I hardly ever do that. I mean, people will show me their builds, right? I usually still make my own. They know that. They know. In this case, I designed this one off somebody else's. It doesn't look that much like theirs because they had way more NFTs than me. But I made it work with the NFTs that I have, and I still had to spend a couple hours trying to balance everything. But hey, it works. I guess you probably should have copied me if it would have helped you out. I mean, assuming you had all the NFTs that I was using here, right? I don't think I posted this on our guild chat though, actually, now that I think about it. Because I got finished with it the night before the competition started. Like, very last minute. Tubuka says, I've been scanned by website sites and I always slow down after that. That's another thing. I haven't even talked about that, but yeah, there's websites that look like Gala Games website, but it's not. These are usually the ones that you search up on Google and they'll show up at the very top as a sponsored page. The URL will be something completely different, and then they look just like the site. So if you log into that, you'll be giving your login information to somebody else, and you're basically screwing yourself over. And another thing is people who don't use two-factor authentication. That's a huge mistake. You're risking so much by not using two-factor authentication. You should have that on for pretty much everything. Because yeah, I've talked to people that their account got stolen. They didn't have two-factor authentication, so all their stuff got moved out. Such a risk. Watcher, also check Discord. Oh yeah, check the shared Discord channels. I find it sus if the other person only shares like one channel with me. Not so sus when we share like 10 or more channels. I suppose so. I wouldn't rely solely on that, but yeah, I mean, check their account, check their join date, their creation date. If the account was recently created, that's a huge red flag, but even so, it could have been an old account from years ago and they just happened to recently change their name and everything. You wouldn't really know that. Tibuka, I still hope you do that video tutorial by NFT Harbor. I've been trying to sell my NFTs there, but no one doesn't bought there. Those so it's Tibuka, it sounds like you listed your NFTs. It's just that nobody accepted your offer. Is that correct? You're right though. My intention is to make a guide for NFT Harbor. It's really not that hard. I even talked about it on one of the streams. I don't remember which stream it was, but I know I spent a couple minutes talking about it. The thing is, I heard from a couple of people that NFT Harbor is going to get like a big update that was supposed to happen at the end of May. We're already in July and it didn't happen. That's unfortunate, I guess. I guess I should make that guide video and then maybe next week they'll update it. Who knows? But I suppose. Yeah, as long as it's a quick explanation, I guess it would help people out. Farmer's Commander, it would be nice if you can post untested builds on Friday/Saturday so we can test it, make change on the weekend instead of copy and paste. You got a point, Farmer's Commander, and here is the thing. I actually do that, but I do it for Dub Fam, which are either on my Patreon or YouTube membership, so that is a paid perk. I know some people probably don't like that, but that is a perk to those who support me. I post my progress on the builds. They usually go through a lot of changes. They have to understand that. And usually by the end of Saturday, I'll have some working build, unless the build's just too hard and I have to keep working on it on Sunday. But I do that. It's just that it's a supporter perk. I don't do that for the public. Dubuka says, yeah, and I don't even know how to use it correctly. Oh, okay. Yeah. Got 5 minutes to go on the guild competition. Oh, I dropped another spot. Look at that. Somebody definitely fast forwarded. No idea who did. All right. Okay, 5 minutes to go. I feel like I talked about everything I needed to talk about. Any last minute questions? Let me know. Oh, I wanted to show that TikTok. I just don't know, or that YouTube short. I don't know who shared it with me. I'm gonna see if I can find it in the meantime. I don't even know if I'm allowed to show it. Farmers Commander, no one bought because the price not right. You mean off an NFT Harbor? I mean, that's probably why, to be honest. If it doesn't get sold, it's just that nobody wanted to buy it at that price. No, I actually can't find that short. Somebody shared it with me and I saw it, but I can't find it. But it's basically just a promotional video. Maybe they have it on their X site, Twitter, whatever you want to call it. No, I don't see it. All right. Well, all right. My plans for the chocolate ice cream cone competition. I'm planning to do a no NFT build. Usual, no promises, but that's the plan right now. There is a storm coming near here. It's supposed to hit somewhere between Mexico and Texas. So I'll probably get some storms. Hopefully that doesn't like slow me down or cause some issues here. But there is that. So if that becomes an issue and prevents me from having access to the internet or something, then obviously I'm probably going to be at a disadvantage trying to keep working on a no NFT build or even record a video for it. Or even practice for my personal build for the competition. So hopefully that's not an issue. Anybody affected by that Hurricane Beryl, praying for you. Hopefully everything is okay. Because I know it already hit like the Caribbean islands, I believe. And right now it's on a trajectory between Mexico and Texas, or South Texas. So, you know, anybody there, hopefully you'll be safe. Yeah, just wanted to mention that. Last minutes here. Tubuga, but any tutorial could be useful because I tried to search similar items, what I'm selling, but I cannot find them. Oh, okay, yeah. It may be something to do with the filters. Farmers Commander, heat wave here for at least the last 10 days and still very hot. Damn. I mean, it's hot here all the time during the summer, but I don't think it's not heat wave or anything. And there we go. Well, the individual rankings doesn't really matter, like I said, since this is a guild competition. So I hope you all did well. And whether you did well or not, that's going to be up to you. Do you think you did well? Because I've seen some people ask, like, how do I know if I did well in the guild competition? Well, do you think you did well? That's really the only thing you can ask yourself. You kind of do have to hope that all of the members in your guild also participated and, you know, gave it a good shot. Won't really know until the results are in for everybody. But yeah, let's hope. I think I did well. So there's that. And hopefully everybody else in all the duck groups did well as well. Dini, winter here. Good night all. Enjoy the weekend. Have a good night, Dini. Enjoy your weekend. Farmers says plants not watering due in 1 day. Huh. Pro Gamer 267. All right. There you go. Right next to Homeboy and Planet Bob. 3 dub members right there. And a few more up here. We got 3rd place on the first guild competition. We were so close to 2nd, just due to a couple of mistakes that are bound to happen. I really hope we got 2nd place. We'll see. For sure, it's got to be top 3, I would think. But yeah, Farmers Commander, I think I did good this time. Rank about 450. All right. Oh yeah, it updates the minute after it ends, Girl Gamer, because the leaderboards are actually behind 1 minute. Dupuka had an issue with lumber, but I think still helped LWG. All right. Yeah, JMR Leroy. Good game, everyone. Happy Friday. All right, well, that's going to be everything. I hope everybody has a great weekend. Stay safe for sure, you know, against any natural disasters, against scammers. Stay safe. I'll be around Discord as usual. Appreciate everybody for being here and hanging out, and I will see you all later. Take care.